captain Greg Deere and Peter Curran kept up the celebratory pace. For captain Michael Tuck, while age is no barrier to on-field supremacy, he admits it's harder to keep up off the field.
Yeah, they're pretty hard this year, sort of not as young as I used to be, but very enjoyable.
Do you feel that you can come back next year?
Yes, I'm going to play again next year. I just see how I go pre-season.
Typical of Hawthorn's low-key approach to football, players and officials later moved to a different sporting venue for a quiet barbecue to reminisce. Diana King, 7 Nightly News.
It's the excellent...
An enviable job in Melbourne, but it was the Hawks who really cleaned up on the weekend, and didn't they do it in style? Today the celebrations continued. First it was the city of Hawthorn to congratulate the boys. The drinks haven't stopped flowing since 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. And quite frankly, I don't know how old blokes like Michael Tuck can keep up with the pace.
It's a bit of a strain, actually. It's a few late nights and things like that, but I can put up with it after winning a grand final.
At get-togethers like this, there's never any shortage of post-mortems on the grand final, but it's a wonder there's no post-mortems on some of the players. That match was one of the toughest I've seen, and some of the Hawks are still paying for it. DP Domenico will be in hospital for a few days yet, with a punctured lung and possible fractured ribs. Johnny Platten is still recovering from his nasty knock, and poor old Dermot Brereton is in all sorts of strife as a result of this incident with Mark Yates. Just on that point, let me say this. If a team is going to employ the rough stuff, then make sure it's done properly. And for goodness sake, don't try it on a team like Hawthorn, because they're the best in the business. The fact that those players were missing from the Hawks premiership luncheon today was a big disappointment for the club. But I'm sure the boys will make up for it when they're back on their feet. The Hawks may still be celebrating their fantastic win, but already the club is planning for 1990 and going for a hat-trick. And you know something? I wouldn't be betting against them either. Lou Richards, National 9 News.
Celebrating their great win. The Players' Day after the grand final, a time to slip away from the public gaze and look back on a great season. Today the Hawks celebrated at the Grace Park Tennis Club. John Platten, knocked out on Saturday, watched a replay of the game last night and still can't remember anything of the match, although he says he looked like he enjoyed himself when he received his medallion.
Certainly a tear to my eye, but I can't remember talking to Teddy Whitten or nothing like that, so just a bit of a daze to me.
Runner George Stone, who was almost reported for defending Robert Di-Domenico in the first quarter, admitted the Cats had little to fear.
I wouldn't have been much help, would I? Really, no. About 10 o'clock at night I'd be a bit of help, but not at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
While the younger Hawks enjoyed the win and will for a time to come.
Now it's just sit back, relax and, you know, drink merrily all day. It's great.
Last night was good. Saturday night I was a bit quiet, a bit too tired, but it's been good. Yeah.
I'm quite glad that it's the last game. Voice box is going a bit after a fairly strenuous weekend.
President Trevor Coote says the Hawks will not be calling for any retrospective reports.
We support it in the fact that it's another way of keeping the game clean, but our basic philosophy, the siren goes, the game's over.
Well, the Hawks certainly enjoying their win. Today the VFL announced also that home and away matches next year you'll have to pay 50 cents extra to go in. A ticket to get in the footy next year will be $9 for adults. Children's prices will remain the same. So that's it from the Cadillac Bar. And Stephen, is there any truth in the rumour that you are the #1 ticket holder here at the Cadillac Bar?
I think you are, Ed. I know there's a couple of girls waiting, so I won't let